Okay, so here is a teacher portfolio that I had put together for my interview. This is just like my cover, my name, you know, what I'm basically are going to be certified in. And then I also had made these thank you cards to give out with my digital portfolio attached. So definitely at the end of your interview, give them a thank you card, just letting them know you appreciate them, you know, taking the time out to get to know you and interview. This is me with my degree, just letting them know, yes, I have a college degree. No, it's not in education, but I do have a degree. And a lot of schools do look at that. So I have my table of contents. I ended up making it 2 pages because I ended up making a lot. But I have about me. I'm not going to show you guys about it or whatever. But I did make tabs for each one of my portions of my portfolio, which goes along with the table of contents. I have everything in order, the same way the tabs are attached. Main transcripts, of course, I'm not going to show that. Then we have certifications. I don't have my certifications yet, but it's just letting my school that I'm at know that I am working on my teacher certification. So yeah, and then we have professional development. I did take this online course and I was able to get a certificate for that. So yay. And then we have letters of recommendation. I have my teaching philosophy of why I want to teach. This is something that they definitely want to hear about or ask you about, and being that I had this portfolio, it saved me so much time on talking. They just pretty much went through each section because a lot of things I put in my portfolio was definitely going to be questions that they asked in the interview. I'll talk about diversity, first weeks of school. So on these next couple of sections, this is just showing how my first week of school would look like when I get in my classroom. So basically, we're going over routines, procedures, we're doing different activities, and we're getting to know each other. Then my classroom setup, I definitely want a rainbow classroom. That's just me. I love bright colors. So this is kind of an idea of how I will put my classroom together. Then, of course, routines and procedures. This is just some things I got off of Google. These are basically things that I would actually do if I was in my classroom. Classroom management, like what are some things you're going to do to cut down on behavior problems or get your students' attention? Of course, attention getters is a must-have. Classroom jobs, class dojo rewards. Keep doing a good job. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. You're going to get points so you can turn them in and get something. Classroom community, of course, like just things I would do in my class for us to build that relationship with each other, working together as a team, me doing read alouds. We're all at the carpet, reading together, interacting with each other, building relationships. I broke it down, parent, teacher, teacher, student, 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 teacher, and staff, because building relationships is definitely important. So I just kind of broke it down on each one, how I would do it. Then, of course, lesson plans. I'm not 100% familiar with lesson plans, but this is just something that I got from Google that shows that I would be very detailed, you know, break it down on how I would do my lesson plans. Of course, technology. We know technology is a must in the classroom. So these are things that I would utilize. Google Classroom for class, you know, activities, Kahoot to do test reviews. Data and assessments, just what are ways I would keep up with class data and so on. And then we have the student samples. So I just have a little bit of stuff that I actually worked on in person when I was dealing with the first grade, just showing like these are things that I've actually worked with the students, you know, assessment, stuff like that. If I was an ELA teacher, of course, this is what my lesson plan would look like. And this is like an activity that we would do in a classroom. Then reading, we would do paragraphs. We would do things where you have to read and answer questions. Guided reading, like what are ways I would teach my students on how to read? What do they need to look for when they're reading? And then writing, of course. We would do some writing activities. Math. You know, I would do my anchor chart so we can go over the unit that we're learning, like different ways to add and stuff like that. Then we have science, social studies. This is just what we would do. And then I have this section that I love the absolute most, things my students said. So over the whole year of being in the classroom, I've had a lot of my students write me letters just telling me I was the best sub. I found this on Google and I thought this was amazing. It's the teacher that makes the difference, not the classroom. Because you want to build those relationships with your students. Like, I've had kids, like, do so much stuff for me, like draw and write, and just, it made me feel special. So I definitely kept all of that. And then, of course, at the end of your interview, write down a few questions. Yes, I did write down a lot. No, I did not ask all of these, of course, but I asked a good bit of them. Because you're showing you're interested in the job and you really want to know more about their school. You know what I'm saying? So definitely write down some questions that you would want to ask on your teacher interview. And also, if you plan to like know more stuff and want to write it down, bring you a couple sheets of paper and make sure you bring a pen and take notes. But yeah, I definitely recommend doing the teacher portfolio. It is a must. And also just giving them thank you cards. So here is my outfit that I wore on my interview. This cute top and the skirt came from Shein. I have my Gucci belt and my cute black sandals. And I thought it came out really cute. So definitely dress up for your interview. They look at that as well.